Hey Rachel, can you hear me? Hey Ronnie, can anyone hear me? You can hear me? You can hear me? All right, awesome. It's saying my video resolution is low. Hey Megan. Hey cuz. Video looks okay? Okay, it's giving me a warning saying check the resolution. That is a low resolution, but I don't know how to fix it. Oh, it's yelling at me about this resolution. Let me see if I can fix it. All thumbs. Your name is Robin? Okay, I couldn't remember. Sorry. I want it to stop yelling at me. Enabled. Okay. Well, it said that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Alright, well I guess we'll get going then. Hi guys, I'm excited. I saw your text, Rachel. Yeah, it does look good. I'll just keep going. Okay guys, hi. How are you? So, the only reason why I'm jumping on today is because I wanted to try and do this and, get that first fail out the way. Also, I thought for anyone who had questions about the mounts that I was talking about on Instagram, I have those. Because I think some people couldn't picture what I was talking about. So yeah. And then the colors that I used for my last challenge day, I have those up here, not that one. So maybe we could play around with that. Hey Judy. Got a good group here. Oh. So. Yeah. So I bought this, I bought a 12 by 24 inch acrylic sheet, and it's 1/8 of an inch thick. And I bought it on Amazon. Hi, Jay. And in my neighborhood, we have something called a maker lab, and we had 2 in the area, but a lot of them are closing because people don't know anything about them, and or if they do, they're just not finding time to go. So this one is close to my job, which is only like 15 minutes away from my house. So I took it there. They have a laser cutter, and I cut it into 6 pieces. And usually I would buy these on joggles. So like this one right here. This is a joggles acrylic mount, and it probably cost about $8, and I just keep my plate on there. And I know some people say don't put the little plastic film back on there. As you can see, mine looks horrible, but I put mine on there, and I never really have any bumps. I see one right there, but they never seem to show up on my pools. But when I put it in the clamshell, wow, the little dips in there are all over the place. So I don't do clamshell, but I'm not going to, speak against that because I know the companies recommend putting them in the clamshell. I don't know. Oh yeah, Rachel's scarves are gorgeous. Trying to save up my little pocket change to get me a few. So I'm going to put this one. I have one plate of mini that I haven't put on a mount yet, so I'm going to mount this on here. And it's cricket. That would have driven me nuts. Okay. And they seats. And it's on there. And now I can pick it up and use my plate like a stamp. Or I can look on the other side to see what my pool is going to look like. Alright. And so now I have both of I have multiple 5x7s. These are 5x7s. I have multiples of these. Mainly because I bought some to teach classes with. So yeah, I have my 2 5x7s. And then my 8x10. This is another mount I bought from Joggles. It's the 9x11. So I can turn it over. Oh, look at that. What's on there? Might have to try and pull that off. Yeah, Robin, I still use the the little sheet, the acrylic sheet. I haven't had any problems with it. Hello, Bratty Patty. Used to seeing you in Patty's Patty's live stream. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, we gotta try to pull that off. Ooh. But I have a whole layer of paint on there. Shared in there about that. Don't forget to give me some thumbs ups. Maybe share this with some people you know who might be interested in watching. Also, so my friend's daughter was having a fundraiser, and part of it was like all online. You know, all of it's online now. So they had, they have some magazine subscriptions. So I heard that this magazine is good for the image resist technique. So yeah, I purchased a magazine subscription purely for gel printing purposes. I don't know. Judge me. I don't care. At least they won't just be sitting on a coffee table somewhere collecting dust, right? Yeah, I leave my plates on the table too, Judy, but I've begun to accumulate so many plates that I think I'm going to have to come up with a solution that will allow me to store them on their sides, like on a bookshelf or something like that. Hey Glenda, thanks for joining me. This is my first stream, so welcome to the madness that will probably be me figuring out what I'm doing. Now, as far as magazines, I know for a fact in Styleworks, I have used this once. I've only done one magazine image resist pull, and it came out perfectly. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I just had it. I just had it. I don't know what to do with it. Because I was cleaning up. This is another magazine I wanted to try. These are old, like maybe a couple years ago, well, more than a couple years ago. This is 2013. I just started getting magazines randomly delivered to my house. So for some reason I held on to them, and I guess it ended up working out. So randomly got these in 2018. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody somewhere was signing me up for magazines. But it worked out. Hey Sharon. Hey Linda. Okay, thanks Rachel. Echo. I am using the mic on the Logitech, so maybe I need to use the audio from the MacBook. But I also have a Snowball, and I was thinking about hooking that up. So maybe next time I'll try the Snowball, since that's a better quality mic. Welcome everyone. Ronnie, wow, 3 years worth of L. Oh, man, that would be nice. But you can always donate them to the library because, well, I know here, our library, the section that sells used books. They also have magazines in there, and I've been going there pretty frequently to see if anybody's donated any In Style or Elle magazines, and I can't find any. So finally I was like, let me go ahead and get a subscription, since I'm gonna buy something from my friend's daughter anyway. So that's why I ended up doing that. Oh, well, they do have National Geographics too. It's just I gotta find an issue that has some images I'm interested in. We always gravitate towards images of people, but I do like images that have a lot of texture, I guess you can say. Like there's one page in here that had, like, the person was in water and the water was covered in leaves or something, some kind of water foliage. Where is it? It's right up here. And I like using those for image transfers, because the image might not, it gets a kind of rough look to it, and so the image isn't 100%, so all you really get is that texture. And of course, now that I'm trying to show it to you, I can't find it. It's crazy. Oh, here it is. So like pictures like these, I like doing image transfer, because you'll get that cracked look in there, and some of it might, not all of it might transfer, but you get that texture. And so these little, I guess, lily pads or whatever, I think that would look nice. Ronnie, hoarding, you're in the right place. I am here to support your hoarding, and I hope you will support my hoarding in turn. We can hoard together. No judgment here. Let's see. Yeah, my Yeti. I don't have a Yeti, but yeah, I have this. The snowball. This part that keeps the popping from happening, that was another thing. It didn't come with this. But I think they have a set where you can get all of it together. So it's pretty good quality. What are you guys talking about? Yes, what Robin said. We are collectors. We are not hoarders. I curate art supplies. So, no, hoarding's a bad word in here. We're collectors and curators of art and craft supplies. Yes. Yeah, Jay, I would ask your hairdresser, definitely. Because you hate to see that go to waste when you can do something with it. So this one came in the mail. This is January's issue of Elle. Came in the mail. And I can't wait to try some of these. I actually have never used Elle, but like I said, someone suggested it, like this picture. Ooh, I love this. Someone suggested it, so I figured I'd give it a try. And even if the image resist doesn't work, at least I can use it for image transferring. Right? Wow, Smoky Mountains. Uh-oh, got some spammers in here. Let's see. Yes, you're a collector, Ronnie. A collector. Oh, Judy, that's why you gotta get some mailed to you. These subscriptions are kind of expensive sometimes, you know, but if you have a definite use for it, then it's worth it. Let's see, let's rip out this page. Take some of these smaller bits here. Oh, sorry, Singing in the Rain. It's kind of hard for me to see. It looked like it was saying something about I can't remember what it said, but it held it for review, so I think it thought it was spam. Okay, let's see. I actually have, that's a little, one of my other plates. Let's do this. I haven't done this image resist but one time. I've only done it one time, so we'll see how this works. Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Judy. That's a nice cute size there. Let's cut this one. I really like this one. Between the images and the typography, you could be holding on to these magazines forever, so I gotta start going through them and getting out and using everything that's in them, so I'm not holding on to a million magazines. And this one. It's been raining. It's been raining here all night. And now it's kind of drizzling. It's gross. Let's see. Let's try. Try something dark here. One thing with these Blick paints, the bottles are really, the plastic for the bottles is really thick, so it's hard to squeeze softly. End up having more paint come out than you want. This is one of Blick's matte paints called Purple Matter. Love it. Let's see. Take this young lady, Put her on there. Is that even deli paper? I don't know. Where's my deli paper? Okay. See if we get anything here. Fingers crossed. Oh, Jay, you're in London? Oh, wow. Hi, Artful Dabber. You're in Ireland. Wow. What's your real name? Gosh, my computer screen's too far away. I'm blind. Tori. Hi, Tori. And this is a matte paint, so it might have been a bad choice, but we'll see. I don't think that did too well. Let's see. Paper. Doesn't look like it. I can see her hat or whatever. Where's the picture? She had a hat on. Can kind of see that. I don't know if this matte paint was a good choice. I'm gonna pull this up. I got a little bitty piece of paper I can pull this on. What's this? I'll just stick it on here. Oh, I think, hey, Tori. My name's Jackie. I'm glad you joined us. When I was coming in over here, it looked like some of that rain was turning to snow. Not happy about that. I'm going to try another type of paint. I don't think that was good paint to use. Let's get the rest of this off of here. I know it is. I'm going to try to remember everyone's name. It's awful, you know, hindsight. I wish I had just used my name as my YouTube channel name. But I wanted to be all creative. Let's see if I can find another color. Well, not if I can find another color. Okay, this one isn't matte. Let's see if it works. I'm actually gonna do it on a bigger plate. Test out the page on a bigger plate. Let me clean this one off. That was too much. Alrighty. Cherie is me also. That's my middle name. And mostly my family and close family members call me by that name. Which is why I used it, because my family members, my grandmother, my aunt, my mom, I did crafting with them, so that's who crafts around here. Cherie does. But I usually go by Jackie. I don't know what's gonna come off of here. This plate's kind of dirty. See how clean I can get it. I don't usually use baby wipes or anything to clean my plate. And that doesn't want to come off. But I will rub it off because that just makes more sense, right? Okay, whatever. So I'm going to put this down. This is a Payne's Gray by Blick, which I also love. Blick paints are the best. Clean. I usually keep a big notebook, spiral bound paper pad next to me to roll paints off on. And I didn't flip the page before I got started. Schrumpstuck. So let's see, I'm just going to do this just to not waste any good images. I'm trying to see if it works. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Heike? Hi, yeah, Robin, I'm one and the same. Some parts picked up really well, but others did not. Look at that. That was from the, from right there. That's a nice pattern. And then I got the stars from something. Oh, that bracelet in there. Where'd the purse? Oh, there's the purse. So yeah, it might have just been the paint. I don't think that matte paint works really well with that. So we'll let that dry and pick it up with something else. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, I'm like trying to think where's my 3x5 plate, but that's at the house. Okay. Oh, coming over to States to get some crafts. Yeah, make sure you get all your coupons. And I between the sale, the paint sales at Michael's, and I love the Master's Touch brand at Hobby Lobby. You catch them on their Master's Touch 50% off sale week. That's a bargain because I love these brayers, and I think these brayers, this is from Hobby Lobby. I prefer foam brayers, soft foam brayers, and this is their brand, I believe. And so that falls under Master's Touch. Their sets of silicone brushes are Master's Touch. They got a lot of cool stuff in their brand. The daubers, the ink daubers. This is matte. I don't know why I'm peeling that over my plate, but yeah. So, what are you guys interested in seeing? I can do something. Maybe we can, you know, print some more. Show you the stencils. The stencils I didn't get to in that video. I don't know why my hand was cramping up, but that was not fun. I'm gonna put this. Oh yeah, online shoppings. I do a lot of online shopping too. But I try to make, well, it's convenient to have a store near you, and then, you know, try to keep those stores open. I had a Joann really close to me, and I would often go there if I wasn't doing a project and missing something like tape or a certain piece of paper or a certain type of paper, and they closed it, and I was so sad, so sad. But I did get some pretty nice dies for like $2. Set of spellbinders sets, multiple sets of spellbinder dies for like $2 each. So that was the silver lining on that happening, but otherwise I really miss having it close to me. But I do have a whole lot of craft stores close to me. Within like 30 minutes in all directions I have a craft store. So I know a lot of people don't have that, but the online stores are doing good with keeping stock of stuff. So let's see, here's some stencils that I used from when I did these. If you guys watched the video, that was a struggle. Okay, this part I often photocopy magazines and other papers and print them on deli paper, but I didn't realize that there was more, that the whole image, the whole map image was color. So it ended up being more black and gray than any white spaces, because the white spaces, of course, would be transparent. Let me see if I can find what I did with. Oh, avalanche. So one of these, this one was also a magazine image I copied and printed on deli paper, and her skin was light enough that you see through it and you can see the papers. I have some craft paper, scrapbooking paper, and some washi tape under there, and you can see really well through the deli paper to those underneath. But that wasn't, that was a little darker than I anticipated, so it threw me off when I was doing that. Let's see. Yeah, 30 minutes. I know, I'm very fortunate for that. So also when I was doing that video, I realized my color palette play, I didn't really do what I said I was going to do. I was supposed to use a color more like this, plum, and a mustard color, which I picked the yellow ochre deep. So I thought, well, let's see if we can get something that looks like that. Uh-oh. Let me get this off first. Clean all my plates. Yeah, I had to get this in early because I have my cousins in a showcase later today. So going to that. So I wanted to get this out of the way, get this first live out of the way. You know, that was a little overwhelming. What's on there? I'm gonna do the back of this. So I wanted to get it out of the way. Ooh, new jelly plates. Yeah, it's always fun buying jelly plates. I'm 5x7 is my favorite size. I just freeze up when I try to do big. I feel very comfortable when I make my stencils. You notice, I know people are probably like, why are her stencils always 5x7? Well, that's just what I like. So when I make my stencils, I make them for 5x7 plates. And I have the, what's the big one? 12x14. I have 12x14. I have the 8x10. I bought this and haven't opened it. A 6-inch round. I have all the minis. 3x5 is another favorite because that fits on index cards. I like this size. This is one of the minis, the mini rectangle. It fits on an ATC. So I like that size. The 5x7, of course, card size. So I buy these, you know, in the sizes that I'm comfortable with. But don't get me wrong, I do have other sizes. Thanks, guys. Let's see here. What pulls off? Oh, that's not bad at all. Look at that. Love this. That's not bad at all. So it definitely was the paint. Matte paint is a no-no. You can see the purse clearly. That I threw the original way, but that was, what was that? A container or something with stars on it. And that was a curtain or a pillow or a blanket. Nice. Yeah, Heke, please tell me, is it A or E, right? A or E? Heke or Heki? Hiki. I'm a language learner person, so I like to pronounce people's names right if I can help it. This one doesn't come by itself. It comes in the mini pack, so you get the rectangle, the oval, and I want to say the triangle or the hexagon. One of those. If I go in the drawer to pull out the plates, I think I might end up knocking the lights over. Let me see. Pretending to know where I keep all my plates now. I don't even think those are over there. Psych. Okay. Okay, so that's that. So that turned out great. Good to know I didn't waste money on a magazine. They do print. Yeah, Michael's, they're always having clearance, and I do feel bad about that. Like, I don't buy anything full price anymore if I can help it. I just keep my eyes on the clearances and the sales. And, but when we did have a scrapbooking store about 30 minutes from me, maybe 45 minutes, and they ended up closing toward the end of last year. But I would like order things from them, like this Tim Holtz Tonics matte, glass matte. The online stores, which was kind of crappy, they were filling the online store orders first, and it took like 3 months after it was in the stores for the scrapbooking store to get my glass matte in. But I tried to support them whenever I could. Whenever I was on my way to the other craft stores, I would end up passing them, so I'd stop in and get some things that you couldn't find in the craft stores. So they did a good job of trying to, differentiate themselves from the other stores, but in the end, it still wasn't enough. And they were doing things like Finnabar would come once a year. The lady, I don't know her real name, the lady behind Finnabar, she would come and do classes once a year, maybe even twice a year. They had crops on weekends. They had a big, huge New Year Eve crop and all those kind of things, and it still wasn't enough. But hopefully people don't stop trying, because things tend to come full circle. So little scrapbook stores and craft stores might end up making a comeback, you know. So let's see. We cut this off. So when I'm putting layers on the plate, I like to start with my darkest color first. So we could do the purple. Let's see what colors I have. I have Liquitex Deep Violet. This would also, I would consider a dark color. Yellow Ochre Deep by Artist Loft. That's the Michaels brand. I pulled this one out too. The Fine Touch. That's the Master's Touch Hobby Lobby brand. Of course, you can see they were on clearance. 74 cents. Yeah. This one, Unbleached Titanium. This is a staple between Payne's Gray and Unbleached Titanium. I have to have them. They are my neutrals. They're my colors that don't count. This is my black and my white. Unless I'm trying to have white space, like I'm using white paper and I want to have white space, then I'll use Blick Matte Acrylic White. So yeah, we're gonna go with these, and even though Purple Matter is a purple, when I build it up too thick, it ends up looking like it's black. That's just how deep it is. Like, to the camera it looks black, but it's definitely a gorgeous dark, rich red, browny kind of purple. Love it. So I might keep that in there. So that, let's try and use that. That would be my darkest color, so I'd start with that first. So this is one of my favorite, the Corn Cob Etching. Let's see what you guys are saying. I got a little caught up here. Yeah, and see, I want to get, with the bigger plates, I want to get into making actual, like, art pieces. So, come on. Purple? There we go. I've just about used that up, but fortunately, I buy multiples. So I have another one somewhere. But, I tend to stay with the small ones. I think what I'm going to do is, with the smaller, I'm looking for the book. Why can't I find anything? I usually keep all this right at hand. With the, oh, there's a stuck a book on top of it. With the smaller, the 5x7, I just take them. I know some people ask, what do I do with my prints? I get these 300 series Strathmore mixed media spiral bound notebooks, and my 5x7 prints, I just cut them down to size and stick them in here. And so I cut a lot of my stencils, so I think the ones that I cut that are 5x7, I'm going to cut all the way up to 9x12 and try to duplicate. And I know some people are like, well, it's monoprinting, you can't duplicate. Well, no, it's not going to look exactly like this, but I can, you know, get as close to it as possible. Like, I'll, you know, have this kind of effect in there and try to duplicate it on a larger scale. And I think that would make me more comfortable. A lot of these I have videos for, if you haven't seen them already. But yeah, I think I want to try these on a larger scale. So I'll pull out the 12x14 or the maybe I'll start at the 8x10. 8x10 and try and do it that way. I think I'll be more comfortable if I know I have in mind what I want to do first, and then the size of it won't intimidate me as much. Yup. So let's see, let's get this on here before it dries, because that's the one thing about matte paint, it dries faster than the regular acrylics. So I'm gonna try not to layer it this color too much, just so we can try and get some of the purple in there, so you can see it. That beautiful deep wine, Bordeaux color. Stick this up here. And I know this kills some of you all. You're like, oh, now I gotta wait for that to dry. So we'll play on the other plate while we're waiting for that to dry. So there's that. Like I said, I like to turn it over and see. Pretty. So let's try on this one. Darker yellow. The darker yellow ochre, deep. Put that on the side there. Let's do this one. Got something in there. Gonna put that down and remove it. Let's see, rather than creating an art journal, I've fallen into somewhere between Rolodex and index cards. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, make use of some of that junk mail. I was a part of a series, a black and white series, and one of the ladies who was teaching it, one of the instructors, she mentioned she liked to save envelopes because on the inside it's a lot of nice patterns, and I'm like, what? On the inside of envelopes? I'm like, you're crazy. But it's true, and now I've begun collecting envelopes like I needed something else to collect. Let's see what we got here. I've seen videos on YouTube of someone who was making journals out of envelopes. I should have cleaned this plate before I started. It got this white on the front. That might not be white. That might be blue. Okay. That might throw things off a bit. That won't take long to dry. That layer is pretty thin. But what I am going to do is take this, not that. That's a little bottle booger. I'm going to take this, put this on here. And let's see, what can we do with that? I just didn't want to waste the paint, but I didn't have an idea what I wanted to do with it. Ooh. I should have put something on the other side there. Oh, that white's gonna be interesting. Guys saying over here. Oh, I didn't pull out a stencil to remove that with. Let's try this and see what it does. And I use the deli paper. Well, I use different papers to remove. It depends on what effect I'm looking for. I use the deli paper if I want to get right up to where the lines are. If I want a nice, sharp nice, sharp, crisp image, and I don't want like a margin in there or a halo, too big of a halo effect. So that's that. I might end up pulling this off in sections. What is... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open that space up in the middle. I'm going to open the space in the middle. I don't want that there. I'm going to wet just this middle part and pull it to get rid of it. I haven't conditioned. I'm kind of catching some of this. I haven't conditioned my plates with baby oil before, or mineral oil or any of that. I've never had to do that, and I don't know if maybe it's because how I store them, where I live. I live in Illinois, so kind of like in the middle, don't have to worry about humidity or being too dry, too humid or too dry. I have gel press plates. The majority of them are gel press plates. This one I think might actually be jelly art. So it's a little, no, that one might not be, because I do have gel press minis also. I need a sheet of jelly paper. Come on, come up. Be nice. There we go. My deli paper was just saturated with paint. Needed a new sheet. There we go. Okay, now open up the middle. Now what? Feel like I need something bigger back there. So, gold, anyone? Let's try that. Circles. Let's do circles. Oh, or text. Where is that? Where is it? I will do these numbers. I'm not going to look for these. Let's see. Gotta do it backwards. Let's not forget that. I don't want these numbers. This is what I'm looking for. Backward. Okay. We're gonna go for gold. What you guys talking about? Bye, Rachel. Thanks for stopping in. And we'll have to get together so you can let me know what the video sounded like. So we're going to take this right in the middle, and I'm going to use gold, right? I completely forgot about this one. We'll get back to that one. Where are my scissors? That was too much gold. I'm not going to use all this. So let's see. You know what I should have used? I should have pulled out the pan pastels. Oh my gosh. So in love with those. And how thick and creamy. Like I have to layer this gold paint up because I don't really use heavy bodies, because I like to have the option of having a thin layer instead of just right off the bat it being thick. And there's no way I'm thinning out a heavy body paint. But the pan pastels, oh, thick, creamy, nice and opaque. And crazy enough, when you put the pan pastel on the gel plate and then you pull it up, it doesn't rub off. I don't know what kind of magic is happening with that. I don't know what's going on. Maybe one of you can explain it to me. But the fact that it doesn't rub off had me 100% sold on pan pastels. I think when you use it in the traditional manner, you do have that option of removing it. But something about, I don't know, the pressure of putting it in there into the paper, it keeps it from rubbing off. So because I have full set syndrome, been trying to stop from buying every single color of pan pastels. So as of now, I only have 3, but I'm working my way up. You hold on to security envelopes, Robin. That's let me see, I'm gonna pull it out just as soon as I finish this one section. Pull out my security envelopes. Actually, I need to get this before I do that. Let me get the rest of this gold up off my table. So that's that. It's looking pretty good. I might have to put some circles on there. Oh yeah. Did I just put on top of there? Okay, whatever. Let's put some in here. So, let's see. Where did my other stencil go? Here we go. Let's do this one. This is one of my stencils that I sell in my Etsy shop. Shameless plug. It originally came from a stamp that I hand carved, and I scanned it in, and the stamp itself is only this part, the triangle and the 3 lines, and so it made it into a pattern. One of my favorite patterns. One of my favorite stencils, if I do say so myself. Let's see. Trying to use up all this gold. Let's see. Okay, well, see, when I layer the one pan pastel print I did, the pan pastel is the top layer. There's nothing over it. So, I mean, there are other layers under it, but things are starting to get a bit messy with the stencils all over the place. Let's see. There's that. Put that to the side so I can show you my envelopes. A little show and tell time now. I want to get paint on my box. How do we do that? There we go. Avoid that problem. And so this is my black and white scrapbook. My box with all my black and white and silver scrap paper. So here are my envelope insides. PayPal, Has some great patterns there. Who's this? I don't know, someone looking for me to pay a bill. And you got different types. Like this is more darker, sketchier. Look at this one. Looks like some kind of woven type pattern. I try not to hold on too many. If I find one that it looks like I don't have it yet, then I'll hold on to it. The rest I put in the recycling bin. Like that one there. Those are about the same. This one's a little different. Yep, so I got a whole box of them. Any other unique ones? This one. It's got the mud cloth pattern to it. Yep, all because one person mentioned that they saved the inside of the envelope. I'm horrible. That's about it. Let's see, what are you guys saying here? Oh, thanks, Jay. I love making stencils. I started making them for myself, and people were like, "Oh, where'd you get those stencils from?" So I put them out on my Etsy shop to sell. But you know, some people prefer a bigger size, and it's like, oh, I'll try to make 9 by 12, because that's what the stencil material originally, the size it starts at. And then some people are like, oh, the material's really thin. And it's like, well, this is what I use for myself. I know it works. Yeah, it's a little thinner, but I use less paint when I have a thinner stencil. Not to say that I don't use regular stencils, because like the crafter workshop stencils and whatever else, but you sometimes get that it like creates a well of paint, and then so you get a darker edge with thicker stencils. So with this thin stencil, the stenciling is really smooth. There's no dark outline, and I like that. Sometimes that's what I'm looking for. And these stick really well to the plate. Because I layer, I can't have thick layers, so they work for me. So they're not for everyone, but let's see. Yeah, turning them into new envelopes, that's a good idea. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? So we've got this one, and we have this one. I can't remember what else. I'm trying to find the color palette that I used. No, it was mainly purples though. Oh yeah. Plum. So I think now, since we have that purple matter on there, I think now I'll come in with this in the open areas. Right in here, right in here, So I think I want some dots. Some little dots right there. Some circles maybe, or maybe we'll pull out some punchinella. Yeah. I have a smaller punchinella. Let me get that. That one I believe is even smaller. That's smaller, right? Yep, a little bit. So let's take, oh, maybe I don't want smaller. Sorry guys, this is the indecisive part. I skip on my videos. Where? This is like one of my favorite stencils. The design is from the Silhouette Design Store. And I cut it out of transparency, the transparency film. You can see it's that clear film that they used in schools to print on and project up on the screen. So it's really durable, especially once you get paint on there. Or even without it, they're still pretty durable. They don't rip, you know. But I love it, love it, love it, love it. So that's what I'm gonna use right now. Let's go with the bigger wonky circles. I don't know, I just feel that might not be what I'm looking for. Oh guys, what do you think? I have a million stencils, which is probably why I'm being so indecisive. Let's do this. There we go. I need the images to go in another direction. There we go. All right, here we go. Plum. Not plum, but deep violet. You know. Deep violet. All right. Let's hope this works. I'm going to have to layer this because this layer is too bright. This is why I do color palette play, because I would never, even though I love purple clothing, things like that, I do not use purple paints. Purple paint. Now I've stopped talking because I'm trying not to panic. Panic. The panic is setting in. Purple. But they said it works. It says right there on the palette. Plum and mustard. It works. So can't go wrong, can we? Right? 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 They said it works. That's what they told me. But I can't layer it too thick or the final layer of paint won't be able to pull it all up. Okay, that's all they're gonna get out of me. We're gonna go on this side and we're gonna lay this down here and see if that paint transfers. There we go. Nice. That blue, if that blue comes off, it's gonna kill me. I'm so mad. This is too perfect. I think I'm gonna pick some of this up. Just put my plate in there. Yeah, this is just a regular old, like jogging top. So, but I have been brave. I've come in straight from work and have started throwing paint around, and I have paid the price a couple of times. But I want to pick this up. But this isn't a, you know, this is just something to lay around the house in. What they say, I don't do yoga in my yoga pants. I craft in my yoga pants. Yeah, that's me. So I'm going to pick this up a little bit because this edge is too perfect. I don't like perfect edges. I feel like this chat is like really delayed, so if it's taking me forever to answer your questions, please forgive me. I'm reading some of this. Okay, what do we have here? Now that just looks crazy. Come on, there you go. I don't like my edges to look too clean, you know? So just pick it up. That's one of the, I think one of the benefits to having a soft rubber brayer, even though you can't clean them like the hard ones. You know, some people soak it and the paint comes off. I don't think you can do that with these. But they're so soft that they kind of pull the paint up for you. So that's what I'm doing here. So even though you might like a hard brayer, maybe you need to add a soft one to your supply list, just in case you're looking for a certain look, you know. All right, I'm done playing with this. Okay, so I got my colors on there. You guys think I should brave this one? I don't know. That just makes me nervous. I'm not a yellow person, like a light yellow like this. This isn't me. So I'm a little scared. But how about with this one, I'll put just, you know, that's the thing, when you work with a color palette, you're in the same stencils, you have some kind of like cohesiveness going on here. So I'll put this on here. You're probably not going to see it, but it will add a little depth to everything. And we like depth, right? Who here doesn't like a little depth? Okay. So we're just going to add a little bit there, just in case you're able to see it. We'll see. It's an experiment. Just a little bit. And so it's going to be hard to see with this stencil, but yeah, it's going to be too hard to see. But I was trying to show that line you get with thicker stencils, because there's a well. It's causing like a well of paint. Technical term, I don't know, maybe not. We'll categorize it as one today. The yellow probably won't show much, but so that makes me less nervous. That lighter yellow, but it's cute in there. I like that. You like that? like that. I'll tell you what, I don't like that purple though, but that's okay. So we're gonna move this over to the side so we can get some yellow in here. This yellow I think will be the text. Where did that stencil go? Where are you? What did I do with you? Where are you? It can't be too far, I just used it. Oh boy, what did I do with it? I don't know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with one of these. Gotta put it backward. And I'm just going for some of the open spaces. Yep, Nancy. That's what I like to do. I like to partially remove some of the paint. Because sometimes I get a little crazy and I don't like it. Part of me wants to remove this purple. But we're going to keep going. So here we go. I'm going to put this yellow on here. Like I said in my last video, some people might turn their noses up to paper stencils. But these stencils by Faber-Castell are made from a very thick cardstock. If you cut your own stencils, the heavy cardstock at Michael's, I love that for printing with. I love that for cutting stencils when I'm teaching classes. And so yeah, they're good for gel printing, the heavy cardstock, and even when you're using the modeling paste, it holds up well to that too. Some people suggest spraying it with can't remember the name of it, but something just to harden it up, a protective spray, just so that if you're a stencil cleaner, which I'm not, makes it easier to clean, and it adds a little thickness to it. That's not too bad, guys. I kind of like that. And so you can see it better here with the thicker stencils. Like even this is thicker than the stencil material that I use. You get that hard line in there, and you know, that's just what you have to know about your materials. Sometimes you want to go for the hard line, and sometimes you don't. So with the thinner stencil material that I use, which is by Graphics Art, Graphics with a F-I-X, their stencil material, their matte stencil material is very thin, but yet it's tear resistant, so I like using that. But I also like using this. So we've got all our layers. Let me get rid of this excess yellow paint so I don't put my hands in it. I'm gonna put it on my notepad I have over here. Keep it right next to my glass mat, and it has all my roll-offs in there. So over here in this corner, those are my roll-offs from today. And I just keep it. It just has roll-offs. Tons and tons of roll-offs. And because I always work with the same, sorry guys, the same, you know, a color palette, my roll-offs look very cohesive. Now that's a technical term, cohesive. Double-sided. I always get both sides there. See some little stencil love going on there. little stickiness. Beautiful neutral page. Ooh, look at that shimmer. Anyway, that was a tangent, if you weren't sure what one looked like. And let me get this paint off of here and onto, you know what? I think it might be enough paint to, let's do this. Even though this yellow won't show through, I'll use it on here. See if we can pull this print up. Excuse me, baby plates. Mama's coming through. Okay. Now it won't be enough. Psych. Okay. Okay. Just gotta remember to pull your sleeves up. Keep the paint off your sleeves. Nice thin coat. This has literally been on here for a few days, maybe even a week. I don't remember when I put that video up. So this paint might have to marinate for a minute. And then once I do these pulls, I think we'll be done for this live session. Oh, I'm so glad you guys came and joined me. I was gonna be sad if I was sitting here all alone talking to myself. Oh yeah, I think they might come out nice. They're kind of warming up on me though, really. The pulls are warming up. I'm warming up to them. They're probably already like, we're ready. They're just waiting on me. So this paper is Hammermill. I took it out of its original packaging because it was falling apart. This is Hammermill Premium Color Copy Cover. Cover as in the thickness of the paper. Not text weight, but cover weight paper. So it's 110 pounds. And it's super smooth. This is actually the reason why I got this paper is because I was dabbling in alcohol markers, and this paper is great for alcohol markers and blending. So that's the reason what I bought it for. And then when I started printing with it, I'm like, oh goodness, this is nice. So this is probably my second pack of this paper. I think I get a ream of it, so 500 sheets. But I think they have a 250 pack too. But yeah, I like it a lot. Oh, roll-offs are definitely better. If you don't know, there is a YouTube creator named CC Creations, CC Creations, I believe. She's a watercolorist. And what she does is with papers that she's painted that she doesn't like, she puts them off to the side, and once she gets a good enough pile, she brings them back out and she adds more paint to them, and then she cuts them into flowers, the petals, the leaves, and she makes cards out of them. I actually had my son do that for a thank you card, and it looked so cute. I posted it on Instagram. If you don't know me on Instagram, I'm the same handle, Creations by J. Cherie. But this is the card. This was a roll-off paper. You see it in the background. Hey, if I pull it up, you see it in the background. Back there. That's one of the sheets I pulled from this big pad of paper. And I had him cut out little wonky blocks and leaves. and we etched them in, I think I started with an ink pad, but might have ended with a black pen, like a brush pen, like a Faber-Castell brush pen. And yeah, I love it. It's so cute, so easy. Boom. Thank you card. All right. So yeah, CC, there she is. Creation CC. So that's her. That's her Instagram. YouTube is the same. She does beautiful watercolor work. And those videos with her using her oops, those are a little farther back, but I believe these are some of the newer ones. Look how gorgeous those are. I love her. She actually like kind of had me buying watercolors because I love seeing her abstract work. So these are gorgeous and so simple to make. You already have the paper. You just need to outline them, cut them out, whatever. Love it. Anyway, so let's see if this, I'm gonna give that a little bit longer, and I'm gonna get over to here. We're gonna do these. There's not as much paint on them, so I don't have to let it sit for a while. So we're gonna go with unbleached titanium, or should we go with white? What do you think? Matte white or unbleached titanium? Oh, thanks, Glenda. Yeah, Creation CC. Glenda, I think I should have a regular time. I don't know. It seems like 12 o'clock is best for me. 11, 12 o'clock on Saturdays. Because even if I have my meetup is usually at 2. So I can at least get an hour and a half in and then run over to my meetup. I have a creative meetup. And so I think Saturdays at 12 is pretty good. You know, I'm not looking for a huge crowd. I like to have regulars more so than you know, a whole bunch of people in here talking over each other, right? So, you know, this seems like a sweet spot. It's not too early for people over mountain time, and it's not too late for those of you further east. So, yeah, let's get some votes in. This chat seems like it's running so behind. Matte white or maybe one on each. One's matte white and one's bleached titanium. I think matte white would probably be better with this because this has more yellow. I don't want to lose all the yellow with the, you know what, I want to lose the yellow at all, so maybe we'll just go with matte white because I'm gonna lose that yellow with the unbleached titanium. So let's do that. Let's see. Let's see. Well, actually, we can do a little bit of both. Let's do that. So what I need is, I need this plate. I'm gonna have to pull this anyway. I need this. What I need is a bigger table. How about that? There we go. Ooh. And that's why you need the heavy cardstock when you're pulling something this old and thick. Because I am having to put a little elbow grease in here. Look at how beautifully this is pulling off. Golly. Okay. Here we go, guys. Isn't that awesome? None of the yellow I used really showed through. I think I got a couple of spots that might have been bald where it came in there. But that's perfect. And boy, is it thick. Logitech needs to come up with that software so we can do the autofocus. I'm working on a Mac, so you know it's requiring that 64-bit now. Okay, so now I have my 8x10 out here. I use that to roll off on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to do some unbleached titanium in the areas that have the darker colors and the white in the areas with more yellow. So I got yellow right here, I've got the light yellow right here, the Naples yellow here, right here, and Naples yellow right here. So I'm going to use white in those areas and kind of blend it in with the unbleached titanium in these areas. Let's go for it. All right. So we're starting off with white. I just have it over here on my plate, and I put it over here so I can have a little more control over what I'm brayering. And I'm just gonna get those corners right there. I can move that back over now that you gotta see what I'm doing here. Ooh, but it is matte white, so I've got to make sure I have enough on my roller so it doesn't end up getting pulled back up. Okay, now unbleached titanium. I'm gonna blend that in. Try not to hit the white too much so I don't remove it. Actually, I might need to go over it because it might have started drying already. Matte paint dries extremely fast, but I can't stay away from it because I love how it looks. I already got my papers under here. It's a good thing about having the acrylic mount. I can flip it over and slap it on there. And we're gonna rub. We're gonna rub. It's the other reason why I like having the brayer, because I don't have to put as much elbow grease into it. The brayer does everything. The give between the gel plate and the give between the brayer does a nice job of releasing the paint from the plates. There we go. What are you guys saying in here? Nothing. The chat stopped. Did my streaming stop? No, I'm still on here. What are you guys doing? Uh-oh. Looks like my chat. I stopped seeing my chat. Sorry guys, I can't see what you all are saying, so if you're saying anything, please forgive me. I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see what you're saying. It said it's unable to connect to the chat. It's lame. Okay. Here we go. Look at that gold. That's all of gold with blue. If that blue comes off, I'm not going to hate it too much now because I got that gold in there. And it's lovely. Got that gold. I don't know, I saw you guys like the purple, but I don't know. This is from that, you see that flower? From when I did the pencil the trace prompt. And it's still on the plate, but it never comes off. So I like, my plate has a permanent tattoo. I don't know, but it's not affecting any of my pulls, so it's all good. Okay, here we go. I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. Sexy. I'm gonna be honest, didn't want that kind of throwing it all off for me, but I do like the purple, the deep violet with the Naples yellow, and the bleached titanium in the back right there. It kind of looks like a warm gray next to the yellow, the Naples yellow. The reflection of the gold is throwing the camera off, so I'll stop doing that. But I like this combination. And that's the whole point of doing color palettes. The deep violet, the Naples yellow, and the unbleached titanium. It didn't even, you know, that's still the white, but no, that's the off-white. But why does it look so gray? That's interesting. Maybe it mixed with the unbleached titanium a little bit. That looks gray. So, yeah, that's not too bad. And the next one. Uh-oh. Something's, it's that blue, whatever this is. Ooh, it's causing a void in my print. Okay. It does not want to let you go. One thing I do sometimes to cheat is I put a little paint on there. Sometimes just dab a little paint. Just a little paint right there. See if that pulls it back up. Okay. I have an excellent connection, but it still dropped you guys off on the chat. It's crazy. And I pulled some of it up, but not all of it. Oh well. This was experimentation, so you won't worry too much, but that blue, I think, caused some problems with my, let me just rub those down. Didn't want to touch that extra stuff I put on there, right there. So I'll just dab it on there. So, it's kind of a grungy, I use kind of grungy elements anyway between the brick and the letters, so these spots don't bother me. But love this. Of course, you know I love the purple matter anyway. Love this section. And so with the color palette too, like you can get multiple prints. Like now that I know that I love the purple matter, the purple matter, the yellow ochre deep, and unbleached titanium. Or was that gold? That's gold. That's this. It's all three of these. It's all four of these. So this top layer is this. And I love this. Separately, I would use these separately. Like this right here, like I said, the Naples yellow, the deep violet, and the yellow ochre deep, and the white is a good combination. Like these separately, I really like. So these, and then these. Were a hit, guys. I liked that color palette. Hope you all did too. Sorry I can't see the chat. I don't know if y'all are still typing or not, but that's it. Thanks for joining me. See you guys again later. Bye.